And we are live. This is gonna be a shorter live stream, so definitely keep that in mind. PC Tech Talk live stream. We adopted or rescued a puppy. Okay, that's good. That's good. So this is gonna be my last live stream, obviously, for a little bit, as I did tell you guys during the last live stream. So I'm getting married in a week from today, nonetheless. So, ooh, got some stuff I can do. So I'm gonna try to knock out these dailies real quick on both characters, both my main characters, and then go from there. What's this? Okay. But yeah, so we kind of made a little bit of a spontaneous choice. We went ahead and rescued a now it's about 9.5 weeks old. He's a border collie, a co-worker of mine who has a couple dogs. Two of them actually recently passed away. Age, they're older in their middle teens, from my understanding. Basically was tasked with finding homes for 3 dogs. A friend of his, I guess, couldn't care for them, so he asked me if we wanted to, and I put it by the wifey, who she's been just itching to get a puppy, or a dog at that matter, not a puppy necessarily. So we went ahead and met him and fell in love with him, and he's now ours. Depending on how many streamers or how many people I get watching, we might bring him in onto the show. He's 90% house trained for the most part. So, but we definitely had a couple scares. Yeah, it's one interesting thing about getting a dog is stuff happens and you're just like, oh my god. Like, we ended up rushing him to the vet today because he would not walk on his leg. It was giving him it was a lot of pain for him. So yeah, let me see here. That's reach. It's also reach. So I'll just knock out all these and call it a day. Go to here. Let me actually put order collie puppy. There we go. But yeah, he had woken up and he would not walk on his right leg, and he was whimpering and crying, and the wifey brought him into the room because I was working on some stuff for our wedding, and yeah, he couldn't do it. So we brought him in the car. We got his leash and everything, but she just held him as we drove, because it's only about an 8-minute drive to the vet. They're really close. And as soon as we get there, put him down on the floor, he starts walking fine. I'm like, you little stinker. So that was it. I mean, he did hurt himself, obviously, but he's okay. Oh god, it's been, holy crap, it's been forever since I've played. I don't know how much more I'm going to be able to stream, unfortunately. That's, yeah, I know. That's the unfortunate part is, yeah, I don't know if my streaming capabilities are going to be here in the near future. Just because, you know, just, unfortunately, that is life. You have more important things that you need to do take care of, unfortunately. So once we get him more house trained, I can see life coming back to normal. But you know, just a lot of everything that we do is just centered around him, obviously. So that's funny. I hate to leave him for any amount of time. It's like, no, I don't want to leave him behind. We leave him for maybe 4 or 5 hours. I don't want to do any longer than that. We keep him. We don't crate him yet. I'm kind of. I know the benefits of crate training a puppy, but it's hard for me to do it. And what we're doing right now seems to work. We keep him in the master bath, fenced off. You know, puppy gate, baby gate, whatever. All of his toys, all of his stuff's in there. So, I guess, like I said, it seems to be working. So, if it doesn't work in the future, then obviously we'll change up our plan of attack. So, what does that mean for this channel, right? I mean, that's really hard to say because I'm just not going to have the time to dedicate to this for a little bit, right? So, obviously, you know, it's not going to go away forever, but I definitely... I'll be honest, guys, I can definitely see it being a couple months until I really start getting stuff going again. You know, it's... I spend my entire days off doing scripting, shooting, writing, you know, multiple takes, trying to figure out exactly what I want to say, how I want to say it, stuff like that. It's tough. And, come on. There's that. Come on. Cool. Okay, so that's done. But yeah, I mean, and that's the funny thing. So I just got my first revenue from YouTube. Or not from YouTube, but from doing what I do, right? And we're talking, I just got paid $35. So that is the first amount of monetary value outside of getting a free case review that I've received from doing what I do. I've made a tiny bit of revenue, probably $200 if I'm lucky, on the resale and warranty of products and things like that. So that's what I mean. It's just, there's just not, ooh, don't want to be near him. There's just not a lot of money to be made in doing YouTube. To be brutally honest, I may start another channel for the puppy. You know, to be honest, dog videos, they get a lot of views. And I absolutely love the little guy with all my heart. So, you know, I don't want to say I want to do that, you know, for the money or whatever. But, you know, money from that channel could go towards, you know, funding stuff for him and everything like that. Because, yeah, having a puppy is not cheap. They're expensive. They are expensive. I just realized he's not alive. Whoops. It's been tiring now. Just, you know, rescuing the puppy a week before the wedding. You know, work's just been really busy with iPhone launch. A lot of people are waiting for the iPhone 10, which, in my opinion, is kind of a... I just don't see it. I kind of agree. If you have an iPhone 7, I definitely, by no means, would I trade up to a 10. It just doesn't make a lot of... Or to an 8. This doesn't make a lot of sense to me. You know, obviously, if you have a 7 or 6 or 6S, I could definitely make several arguments saying that's worth the money. Water resistance, much better camera, much better internals. You know, in that regard, I can see that making a lot of sense, right? So, yeah, we have a lot of people waiting for the 10, unfortunately, which definitely makes it harder to sell. You know, I am in a sales position for a wireless carrier, so as I've told you guys in the past what I do, I just don't tell you guys who I work for. So I do like to keep that, you know, kind of separate from the rest of my life, obviously. What the heck is this? So let's talk about what's going on in the tech world. One thing I thought, and I don't know if I talked about this in the last video that I did, but AMD is moving to a 12 nanometer process from 14. So their AMD Radeon chips and Ryzen are going to be on a different different platform going forward. Same node, same architecture, just smaller node rather, right? So I thought that was actually pretty interesting to say the least. Yeah, I know. Okay, so let's go do this next. So we got that going on. Intel i9 hit 4.9 gigahertz. However, there's a catch. And I'm going to switch views here so you guys can see. Here in 1 second, let me get out of here. Shit. I'm just going to go ahead and do this. Why not? Wipe them out. So, where's I ring it at? Okay. Yeah, so Intel Core i9 hits 4.9 gigahertz at 849 watts of power. I'm going to be honest. Anybody that complains about AMD thermals ever again, go pound salt. That is 1 watt short of how much my power supply has. I have 850, which means I literally could not run that system or that processor in my computer. Nah, he's too much health. So yeah, that's ridiculous. I'm reading here. Salary couldn't give. Percent salary back down to 4.9. Went from 92 watts, idle 268. Cinebench in stock was 169. 845 watts. That's 845. Sorry, not 849. That is too much. 100% too much. So. So that's done. Oh, sorry. Apparently, I forgot I was still on this other screen here. So yeah, that's an insane amount of power. That's straight up ridiculous right there. Let me see what else we have in the tech world. AT&T offers 160 gigabytes of data for like a home wireless internet option with 10 megabit per second up, 1 down. I will say this though, for every 50 gigs you go over, it is only $10. I would like to see that cap though at a certain point, because I can still just see a lot of people who are forced to use something like that still have issues with maintaining, you know, that level. So that's interesting. USB group announced USB 3.2. Not really that exciting there. NVIDIA CEO believes Moore's law is dead. Yeah, that's not surprising in the very least. What else we got here? Oh, this is gonna be good because this is gonna help my industry. Microsoft to release new Surface Pro with 4G LTE in time for Christmas, but no Core i9. And then Intel officially announces Coffee Lake desktop lineup. So let's go ahead and move you guys over to screen 2 here. So while I, play and do my stuff, this is kind of where I don't like what Intel's doing. So Kaby Lake IPC near Kaby Lake clocks, very similar pricing to their previous gen. Market was not as bad as predicted. Ryzen will still probably be a better option. This is 100% correct. Here's my problem. So 16 PCI Express lanes. Let me see here. The deck claims the CPU still has the whole platform supports up to 40. They specifically state up to over and over again. So yeah, that's yeah. We're gonna assume it's 20 and call it a day. The Core i3 gets quad core with hyper-threading, no turbo boosting. The i5 gets 6-core without hyper-threading but with turbo boosting, and the i7 gets 6-core with hyper-threading and turbo boosting. Here's my problem with that. So what this is telling me is either Intel is very cocky, that they really don't feel the need to work on more architectural improvements. Yes, there's no doubt that Intel is still the king of gaming. Here's my problem. A Kaby Lake chip at 5 gigahertz will outperform Ryzen chip in most games at 4 gigahertz by around 10%. That's pretty accurate, right? So that's kind of what we've seen across the board, 10, maybe 15. Now, the problem is this chip is not going to run any better. However, there is a very good chance, however, that this chip is going to run hotter, potentially not overclock as well, because it's probably going to have the same TDP, okay, but it will, you're just not going to get the yields that you got with the quad core, right? So my thing is that this is actually possibly or potentially going to perform worse in gaming than Kaby Lake did, and they're sacrificing core performance to do so. Here's my problem with that, okay? Ryzen 2 most likely is going to come out and honestly make Intel look like fools. AMD is not dumb. They have a good architecture and a good chip right now, okay? There are definitely a couple issues. A little tweak on the IPCs would definitely help, okay? And they did that, but more is better, right? They're going to go with a 12 nanometer process this time around. I actually don't know what nanometer Coffee Lake's going to be on, but I want to say it's still 14. I said, don't quote me on that, but I still want to say it's 14, right? So, going over, it's still going to have TIM instead of solder. So people are still going to want to delit it. Just solder the effing thing, because, I don't get it. I don't get how long term that a solder is not is worse. And again, if somebody knows it's better than me, please leave a comment. But if you're going to leave a comment in the section below, give me some information to read about it, because that's what I do. What I do best is I spread information, but I also love to learn. And am I going the right way? So if I'm giving bad information, definitely, call me out on it. It is what it is. I don't get super defensive unless you don't know your crap. But give me information to read about, right? So, I don't see this being a good move for Intel, because they're not going to take the crown back. They've lost a significant market share to Intel, or to AMD, because AMD finally came out swinging. They gave high core count, good enough gaming performance, and they called it a day. And the fact of the matter is I can see Ryzen 2 hitting mid to upper 4s. I can see 10% IPC improvements, and they are going to come out and clean Intel's clocks next time around. Hands down, it's going to happen. And Intel's going to be in trouble, because they have the money and time to do some R&D on this, but they're not, because they've been too complacent for so long. So I'm going to text the wifey how the puppy's doing. How's Gino? His name is Gino, by the way. So let me switch you back to my main screen here. Let's see, get a couple of these up. He's laying down. I was going to bring him on the live stream. Let me ask you guys this. Do you guys want to see the puppy on the live stream? He's a good pupper. Although he kind of had an accident in the house today. He only, knock on wood, he usually just pees in the house, which is very easy to clean up, thankfully. Oh, Mr. Dennis Brand is watching. Co-worker of mine. But yeah, he's been pretty good. Like I said, a couple key accidents, but thankfully that's all it's been. Oh, speaking of which, Denny, since you are watching, we had to take him to the vet today, emergency. He hurt his paw and wouldn't walk on it. Turns out he just probably overstrained it or something, and it's fine. But yeah, we were a little scared today, not gonna lie. Yeah, so going back to what Mr. Sammy's talking about, I agree. There's going to be a need for the Core i7, right? So it's going to be priced probably $350. It's going to multitask as well as a Ryzen 7. It's going to perform a little bit better in gaming than a Ryzen 7. So I'm actually curious. I would actually like to see which one has better productivity. And I would also want to see which one is better at gaming, because as I alluded to earlier in the stream, I can see Intel having thermal issues, overclocking issues, voltage issues. They're sticking more cores on that die. They're using the same 14 nanometer process. I'm not 100% sure if it's actually going to do better or worse at gaming in that regard. He's seeping right now. Aw, she sent me a picture. Let me see if I can bring it up for you guys. Oh, let me bring up my real-time feed here. Oh. See, he's seeping. Aw. He's a cute little guy. Okay, so that's that. Let's look at some other tech news here. Yeah, we know about that. Oh, so this is actually relevant to my industry here. So let me switch you guys back to screen too. So there's been a couple of swollen battery issues with the iPhone 8 Plus, I believe. Now, as much as I'm saying, yes, Apple, I hate you, in your face, you're going to blah, blah, blah. The truth behind this is every phone that comes out has an issue like this at a very, very small sample size. So what's going to happen is look at the scenario. Are they using an older charger? Are they having electrical issues in the house? What kind of block are they using? Is it a cheap cord? Was it happening really hot out? You know, there's a lot of things to look at that can cause a battery to swell like that. So no, it's not going to be Note Gate 5 or whatever have you. So as much as I love to see Apple struggle and fail and everything like that, that's not happening. So I'm not sure if you guys knew about this. Coffee Lake is not going to run on Z270. So even though it's the same chip, same platform, same pin, it's not. They're not going to release a BIOS update to make it compatible. It is what it is. I mean, I don't like that, but you know, what am I going to do? You know what I mean? Ooh, so we got a couple things we can do here. Let me see what we have going on over here. Fire Relic. That's a greater invasion point, so let's do this. Do I have any... Well, I have one left. Can you post pics in chat? I don't know if she can post pictures in chat or not. So, let me see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, so yeah, this is the article I was referring to. I apologize. So, I mean, again, I'm not going to really bang on Intel too much. There's probably a lot of issues. I read about this today. Actually, Linus put this on his live stream. The SNES is literally an NES with a couple like firmware backend updates. Same process node, same product, same specs, and yeah, I find that quite interesting. What that tells me is Nintendo realized that they can make some money off of that. Commodore 64 Mini. Oh God, what is this? I'm opening link for the first time, guys. Oh, okay. So it's actually something legitimate. Read this here. Pixelate options, CRT, sharp, blah, blah, blah. 2 USB ports, keyboard, add in second joystick. So that's pretty cool. So this seems to be like a reoccurring thing where they're rebuilding these. Ruh-roh. Is he awake?
He is.
Puppy. Oh, look at that. He's in new territory. Hey. Oh, let me put him on a table here. Oh.
He's like, Dad.
Oh. Get your other leg up. Puppy. Gino. Look, buddy. Hey. You're on the screen.
Hi, good boy.
He's such a good dog. That's my whole thing shaking. Oh, is he typing something? Yeah. I don't know what he's typing, but... Aww. Well, I'm going to switch something in the background here. Let's see if I can angle this down a little bit more. There we go. There's the puppy.
There's the puppy.
Hey. Aw. He's exploring.
He's like, what is this?
I just hope he doesn't pee all over my keyboard. Not that it's an expensive keyboard, but... Puppy. Denny's watching the live stream.
Is that who that is?
No, that's somebody else.
So this is Gino. He's a 9-week-old border collie.
Yep. He was born on July 19th. There he is. Hee 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 hee. Aw, you sleepy.
So yeah, Mom woke me up.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to sit. You might not have Vegeta.
What does the scouter say about his power level?
It's over 9,000.
Wait.
I wanted you to make your YouTube debut.
I can't make this any smaller.
Yes, you can. Babe.
What?
The PC Puppy Show.
Yeah.
He's like, Dad.
Probably gonna have to close out these two real quick. Hold on a second, he's going away for a second. Video capture. Yes. There we go. Gino.
He's like, Dad.
Hey. Look up at that.
He's
like, wait, I don't want to see all that.
Not everyone. Everyone's not ready for all this.
That's what she said. Gino. Gino. Hey, look. It's Vegeta. Hey. It's Vegeta. No? He just wants to slobber on my keyboard. Holy crap, that's wet. You got a wet nose. Don't you? Yes, you do. Look how many people are watching. So, yeah, we think we're going to start a YouTube channel with this guy at some point here. Do you think he needs to go back to bed? Aww. Look at him. He's such a good boy.
Aren't you? You want to go back to bed?
Pass the puppy.
Thank you. Alright, come here. Oh.
I'll be in a little bit.
Alright. Say bye. Say bye, guys. Bye.
You're exposing him, babe.
Yeah.
We're gonna get banned.
Content.
Yeah. Okay, so let me get this back up going here.
Okay, we're gonna go back to bed.
So that's said puppy. Oh God. Fix that. Video capture device. Display capture. Screen 2. Oh, sorry guys. Really sorry there. Okay, I'm back. Watch this video get like 10 million views. I'm gonna laugh. Okay, so where we're at before, we were nicely interrupted by a puppy. Okay, so see if there's anything else here real quick, and then I'll... nothing else interesting. I'm going to probably talk about a couple other topics, though, before we go. So let me bring this back up. So, a video I will... Okay. I'm not going to make you guys any promises. I'll be the first one to tell you there with everything that's going on. Take every single promise I give you with a grain of salt. But there is a company that makes cheap but decent RGB fans. You get 3 for $30. I forget the name of them. So I do want to test them out to see if they're any good. I would love to try out KB Lake or Coffee Lake. I don't know if that's going to be in the cards. Again, as I told you guys, it could very well just not be something I can really work a lot on right now. Oh. Greater invasion point. See if I can find some people. I don't have any friends, unfortunately, to do this. Alright, I'll come back to this. Well, going to your point before we were pleasantly interrupted, the 7700K just, unfortunately, just doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense. If I can find where I'm supposed to be at here. Where is everybody? Looks like everybody's like underground somewhere. Sure. I did something. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, like, so, you know, Coffee Lake's going to offer, you know, compelling, you know, performance and stuff like that, right? Well, I need reach. Let's see what else has reach. Oh, these are reach. Okay, go this way. So yeah, Coffee Lake's going to offer a lot of performance, and it's definitely going to take some of the steam out of Ryzen when it comes to, you know, i7 versus Ryzen 7. Oh god, I'm dead. Oh god, I'm dead. No, I'm not dead. That's a shocker. So, you know, that's definitely something to consider, right? But in the end, it doesn't even matter, right? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not totally quoting Linkin Park right now. But that's because AMD did something interesting. They launched a product that, for all intents and purposes, was good, but it lacked in many areas. It lacked in clock speed, it lacked in pure gaming performance, right? So, you know, it definitely is a fantastic product. You see that recommended like almost on every build that I recommend nowadays. I don't recommend Intel very often, but you know, AMD was able to focus all the resources on making a CPU jack of all trades, master of none, and it hit home with the general public very well, right? So, you know, there's a lot of people, me case in point, that really benefit from a chip like that. So I'm curious if Coffee Lake's going to do enough, and then if the response with Ryzen 2 or Zen 2 or whatever is going to help. Oh, I miss this game a lot sometimes, I'll be honest with you guys. This took up such a big part of my childhood. Oh, I got an upgrade. Come on. Okay, so let's go there. I think she's going downstairs. He's probably in bed sleeping. I think Dragon Ball Super, I know they're on a hiatus right now for a week because they have a One Piece Super special, but so I'm really hoping that on the mobile phone side, since that's definitely something that I work on, I'm hoping that the Pixel 2, which is going to be announced in a couple of days, is going to be pretty good. Realistically, this is what I'm looking at, right? So I'm hoping that it's water resistant and wireless charging. I'd really like to have those two features, but I would like a little bit more battery. My Pixel battery after years junk. I've literally had to plug it in 3 times a day. Now, okay, I'll be honest, I am playing pretty hard on it, though, so, I mean, that's definitely, I guess, realistically, it's understandable, right? Well, let's go ahead and attack this. Looks like fun. Come on. Oops, nobody healed him. Oh well. That's not my problem, right? So, in the meantime, I definitely encourage you guys to go on to Build a PC Facebook page. They have some pretty good people over there. There's the one problem that I have seen though is there's some really noob questions in there, right? I don't mind helping people out, but like some people really ask just questions that, well, yes, I understand they need to be answered, but you really like you have to wonder like why on earth are these people on a Build a PC page if they don't know what a monitor is, or if they don't know what an HDMI cable is. Like, I just feel like it's a recipe for disaster. I was requested to bring TP in, so hold on one moment. She wanted to bring Puppy in, or have me bring Puppy in. I'm like, I love him, but no. He doesn't need to be chewing on wires and stuff. Oh, nope, definitely don't want that. So I should be able to turn both of these in now. Then I'll do the 3 invasion points, and I should be good to go. Nothing else going on in the tech news world, unfortunately. Waiting for a Raven Ridge to come out. That's actually something I really want to test. Is Raven Ridge. Go over here. That's disappointing. Wow. Both of those were disappointing AF, but... Let me look at this again here. Unholy, DK, Legendaries. I have good shoulders. I have a really good chest. Ring. Wrists. Look at these wrists again. Alright, I'll try to do the wrist, see if I get anything out of it. something decent. Really? I got something worse. Well, actually slightly better, but I'll throw this on, why not? Let's see what I can sell here. Okay. I'll double check that. You can't sell those, obviously. Review. Okay, that's annoying. Don't think I need that. Definitely don't need that. Don't need that. That's translog. Don't need you. Move over there. Should probably pay attention to chat, huh? Oh, about PC building questions. Yeah, so the build a PC page is pretty decent, right? So there has been people with like really like, I think to myself, if you're asking these questions like what an HDMI cable is, you probably should not be inquiring about building a PC, right? And I'm not trying to be a dick or anything like that, but it's the truth. Like, you're gonna have so many problems and questions if you don't know some of the just core basics, right? So that's kind of my take on that. Well, let me go ahead and go to the Postmaster. But yeah, the Build a PC Facebook page is pretty good. I like it. Some pretty informative people. Not very little hostility. Like I said, only against people that really don't know anything. That, you know, you're allowed to be a noob, right? But it's kind of like, you know nothing about cars at all. You barely know how to drive an automatic. And you buy a brand new Corvette and want to start modifying it. It's like, dude, like, you should learn how to drive the stick first. You should start doing some basic research and reading about what's out there and what's available. And then maybe, you know, consider going to buying the car and modifying up the wazoo and everything like that. I'll just go here. So let me guess, everybody misses the puppy, huh? He is an adorable little guy. His aunt, or Allie's sister, came over and she played with him for a fair bit after I took him out. I took him for a little bit of a run. He's definitely tuckered out. Okay, left. Oh, sorry. So I'm gonna knock out these 3 invasion points, and that'll be it for the day. But in the meantime, though, if you guys want to, you know, bug some questions my way, I'm definitely here to answer any tech, PC building, general BS questions, whatever have you. I hate when I do this and I get dismounted. It's annoying. I feel like they've increased the chance of getting dismounted for some reason or another. Just gotta do this one. Oh, this is interesting. AMD slides leaked Matisse in Picasso 2019, Vega 20 in late 2018, Ryzen 5 Pro. So we're looking at a mobile processor. So that's actually going to be interesting. So talking about mobile stuff for a quick second, right? Intel has definitely cornered down market. And things like power consumption and heat output have been essential in that area, right? So what I mean by that is the new like Dell Inspiron entry-level gaming laptops. They don't run very hot, and there's a good reason for it. Their processors don't consume a lot of power, and yes, they're nowhere near as good as their desktop variants, but they're good enough, right? So I'm curious what kind of performance we can expect on the thermal side, because remember, with laptops, the reason why their life expectancy is a lot lower is because the heat definitely reduces the lifespan of the products. So that's why it's not unusual to see a laptop die up after, you know, 3 or 4 years, even shorter. I'll give you a really good example. My previous laptop I had, I took it apart and cleaned it out because the problem was it ran quite hot. It was definitely hot on my lap and everything like that. Don't get me wrong, it still runs warm, but it's at the point where it's 5 years old, and there's somebody else using it now, actually a good friend of mine. He just types on it, and it works perfect for him. By no means is it a gaming laptop. But yeah, I mean, it definitely ran warm when I played on League of Legends. So that's why I took it apart and cleaned all the thermal paste, cleaned out all the vents and stuff like that. Because, you know, I wasn't sure how much longer I was going to use it. But now that somebody else is using it, I'm pretty happy I decided to do that. That way they can use it for, you know, hopefully a couple more years down the road. That would definitely be the goal, no doubt about that. Man, I'm tired. It's been a rough couple days, having to get up much earlier than I'm ever used to. That's 6 o'clock for those that are wondering. It was weird. He was actually at his brother's house. He has 2 brothers, the puppy that is. And Gino is his name for those of you that forgot. And it was weird not having him here. You know, just... He's our everything. And I don't want to compare him to people that have kids, but to us, he's our kid. To be 100% honest. Oh God, that hurt. Go ahead and turn this quest in, to be honest. Getting tired. Ooh. So how's everybody else doing? Hopefully everybody's doing pretty good. Oh God, I'm out of stacks. This is why I shouldn't go away for a while. So I lose track of how this game works. Actually had one of you guys reach out to me today with some PC questions. I was hoping I was able to answer it for him. He was asking questions about the BIOS setup and everything like that. Again, it's stuff that I usually can answer, so. Come on, there we go. RX Vegas still kicking. Hoping for the custom cold one to come out pretty soon. That I am hoping for. Go. Okay, there we go. Alright, we're at 55 minutes just due to everything. I'm probably going to call it a night. Tired. Gotta get some sleep. Got 2 more days to work from home off for a bit, so if you guys need anything, PCBudgetSolutions@outlook.com. That's my email. I just realized this entire... Okay, yeah, you guys can see me. But do me a favor, everybody, stay well. Take care of each other. Spend time with your family and friends. Spend time with people that are important to you. You'll never know when those people won't be around anymore. Hopefully it's a long time, but you know, in situations such as my own, you know, the days can and cannot be numbered, and you can replace things. You can work harder and find another job and get a different car, but you can't just replace family. And I think there's a lot of people in this world that don't understand that. That once people move on, either they move or they're no longer on this earth, there's nothing, in many cases, you can't do anything to get those people back. So make sure you love and cherish everybody that's around you, that's important to you now. Because you will regret it if down the road you realize that you made a mistake over something that was not important. So that is my words of wisdom for the day, and I'm going to pull a Jerry Springer, and love yourselves, and take care of each other. This is Steve from PC Budget Solutions, and I'll see you guys later on down the road.